Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
In the last few years, we've seen league-wide scoring surge in the NBA. Now, many credit years of defensive rules changes, such as limiting hand checking on and off the ball and getting rid of contact in the paint. Now, everyone isn't pleased with these changes. Some say defense is no longer allowed. But a higher pace of play, more efficient shot selection, and lots of threes also play a role. Most fans aren't complaining. Kevin?
It sure is fun to watch, D.A. Thank you. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowery, and it's Ibaka in at the 5. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run, much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years, but this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
Now here's Leonard. Inside. Here's Zubac. Got it. Good job in the low post.
We're setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Three-pointer, Lowery hands it from downtown.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Leonard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Lowery passes to Anunoby. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Lowery finds Siakam, and the shot goes in.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Beverley against Lowery. Beverley looking around. The pass to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Knocks it loose. From deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
So you're saying, GA, that he's out there right now protesting in some form or fashion?
Now, here's Siakam. To the inside. Ibaka, basket, good.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Beverley against Siakam. Beverley, the pass to George. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed. 2 years ago, Paul George and his curious travels about where he was going to land in terms of free agency made his way back to Oklahoma City. And a lot of people were wondering why he made that choice. Then a year later, at the behest of Kawhi Leonard, a trade goes down where Paul George ends up back in Los Angeles with the Clippers. You talk about a two-way threat along with Kawhi Leonard. What an unbelievable wing combination the Clippers have with these two.
And with George last year, easily his best season as a pro in every measurable way.
You wonder in the next couple of seasons here, Kevin, if we're going to see the best of Paul George. Again, coming off that gruesome leg injury, him finding his form last year for Oklahoma City. A lot of talk about even Paul George being considered as an MVP candidate, and rightly so. Now back in Los Angeles with Kawhi Leonard. What a terrific duo they have.
And he makes the first.
The wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. He's off on the second. And even though he's been nagged by injury for a few years, Brent, Kawhi is still a top two-way threat when he's healthy.
Well, the fact that Kawhi Leonard could move on from San Antonio, get to that Toronto team that needed just an extra push to do something in the Eastern Conference, especially with the absence of LeBron James. Kawhi Leonard absolutely dominated last year's playoffs and took Toronto to a championship. And now, for the first time, he's had the choice to continue his career somewhere. He's going to do that back home in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And George kicks to Harrell. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Right side, George. Shoots over Van Vliet. George, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Anunoby passes to Van Vliet. Siakam looking around. And Toronto turns it over again. A different look for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Toronto, Marcus All's checked in for Ibaka. Norman Powell comes in for OG and Davis is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Outside, Davis. 1:31 left in the first quarter. And Lowery puts up a deep three. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Siakam against Williams. Loads it up there for Harrell. That one's not going to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Raptors also changing it up. Boucher is checked in. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Kyle Lowry. Clippers trail by 3. Jackson dishes to Williams. From the arc. And the Clippers miss again.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Williams with the defensive effort.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. Oh, that's blocked. Davis against Jackson. Davis kicks to Powell. Passes to Boucher. Outside, Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Here's Gasol. The offensive rebound. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game. First one drops. hits both. 11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here is Williams. From deep three-point range, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Toronto Raptors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set, and how it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
My defense toughness, my experience playing with those two guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those two here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot, energy, and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Jermichael Green is out there with Harrell. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. And the Raptors with the ball. After the miss from Reggie Jackson, here's Boucher. Offensive rebound. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Brandon, this next question culture we're in, what comments do you want to hear from players who have just lost a game, facing disappointment?
I like the humility aspect of this question, Kevin, and the thing that I listen to most from players who get it, they'll compliment their opponent first. Something had to happen where the opponent did something enough to beat you on that night. So you don't say that we did all these things. Give the opponent credit first. Secondly, players who shoulder a massive amount of responsibility, they'll say that they could have played better first. And that takes and deflects everything away from their teammates. And then they'll talk about what they're looking forward to most, and their challenge is, we'll get better tomorrow. We'll get better next game. And that they know there's room to grow. Those three things are pretty impactful.
Well said.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Now here's Williams, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Harrell slams it down hard.
You know, Harrell brings energy to the game, not just with his feet and hands, but he also will bring it in the way he communicates.
Davis against Williams. Pass to Gasol. Great D that time from Harrell.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Harrell's got his second bucket. Raptors leading by 6. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Pass to Beverley. And there's the call on Kyle Lowery. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to George. And stolen by Siakam. Lowery up top. Lays it up off the glass. And it's a 10-point Raptor lead.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowery can pretty much get any shot he wants.
Pass to George. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Morris outside. Just 5 on the clock. Over Ibaka. Goes back up. And it's Zubac laying it in.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Morris against Siakam. Ibaka outside. Outside for Lowery. From past the arc. The shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Pass to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. It's good. Beverley's got his first points of the night.
And Patrick Beverley can do that in close, finds a way to get that one up, and you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverley plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
Here's Van Vliet after the made shot from Kyle Lowery. Van Vliet passes to Ibaka. Siakam against Morris. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles, down by 12. To the middle, here's Leonard. The shot from the low post is good. Leonard's got 7.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
The drive by Siakam. Good work defensively by Morris. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beverley against Lowery. Here's Leonard. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Yeah, every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
To the wing right side. Lowery from outside. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowery. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They lead by 10. Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
The little big man, Kyle Lowery, gives you the toughness, a guy who can make tough shots. A street shooter, he owned that first half.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kyle Lowery has just been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Raptors leading by 10. And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward. Back to Lowry for three. He scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three.
ऑलराइट, अगर अभी तक आप लोग ने इस मैच पे गेस नहीं किया था तो सैडली इस मैच के ऑप्शन जो है वो पॉज कर चुके हैं हम लोग, क्योंकि काफी वन साइडेड मैच होता जा रहा है. एक ऑप्शन जो है वो कंप्लीट भी हो चुका है, फर्स्ट हाफ कंप्लीट हो चुका है, तो ओवर 45 पॉइंट्स उसमें भी आ चुके हैं. सेकंड हाफ में आप लोग सैडली कुछ गेस नहीं कर सकोगे. इसके बाद जो हमारे सॉकर के मैचेस होने लगे उन पे जरूर गौर करो आप लोग.
Back to Lowry. Now here's VanVleet, defended by George. From 10 feet out, count it. Ibaka's got the lead up to 13 now for the Raptors.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now here's Beverley. Here's Leonard, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 9.
So money on the catch and shoot. I don't know what the defense is doing there, giving Kawhi that shot.
And the Toronto Raptors knew in trading for Kawhi Leonard that he might not stick around. Even after his decision returned to his hometown of Los Angeles, Greg, the Raptors have to feel good about the way it all worked out for him.
Kevin, the first championship in franchise history, and now they set about working their way back to the mountaintop. Some talented young players and quality vets, not to mention an outstanding front office. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor. And that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
California girl, sweeter than pieces of candy. Had me all in Nipsey hood to go link up with Sammy. Type of hood with bandanas, make a family. Head on a swivel like a but I can never dribble. Life too short, I gotta get it before they blow the whistle. My uncle trying to change my energy with stones.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. Williams, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Boucher is checked in. Monday Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Powell, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. Davis is subbed in for Fred VanVleet. There's Hollis-Jefferson. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. And the Raptors lead by 15.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Here's Shamet. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Shamet's got his first points in this one. Raptors leading by 13. Davis, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Davis. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in. Here's Lowery. 15 points in the game. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
Drops for Kyle Lowry. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Williams attacking. Boucher with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the Raptors miss again. Clippers trail by 15. Williams in the post. Davis is on it. Williams kicks to Jackson. Down low. Here's Harrell. Makes it off the glass. Harrell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact, Kevin.
Here's Lowery, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Marcus Morris picks one up there. The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. I like to see them get after a little bit.
Now here's Jackson. Feeds it to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Lowery. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Now, here's Shamet. Jackson passes to Shamet. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. There's 1:26 left in the 3rd quarter. Left side Gasol. Over Harrell. A nice shot by Gasol.
And that's your all-star center. Gasol making a play. He gives this team a lot of size and a lot of toughness on both ends.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Morris. He kicks to Williams. Deep. The shot will not fall. And Toronto will come the other way.
Yeah, this has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Deceptive and skilled at that guard position. When Lowery's scoring like this, good luck trying to defend it.
Here's Shamet after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Morris dishes to Williams. Got a piece of it. Here we go, all alone. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Williams against Davis. And here is Williams. No points in the game yet for him. 1 second left. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Toronto ahead, up 19. And will return shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Patrick Beverley. Harrell is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now here's Harrell over Gasol. That one a little long.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Van Vliet kicks to Powell. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Raptors. OG Anunoby comes in for Marc Gasol. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Norman Powell. On defense, the Clippers. 19-point game. They get a hand on it. Now here's Beverley. It's Harrell, top of the key. Outside, George. Clock at 6. With the teardrop, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
First one falls for him. And perhaps the most shocking news of the NBA offseason, Greg, the trade of Paul George. Nobody saw that coming.
Took a ransom of draft picks to get him off the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard recruited him to join him on the Clippers, and Paul obliged by demanding a trade. Came together quickly and caused a major power shift in the West.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And Leonard gets it to go.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Anunoby. And the pass to Lowry. 5 on the clock. Lobs it up for Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Passes it to Harrell. Outside Leonard. Outside George. Back to Leonard. Launches it. Traps in the tray.
I think it gets overlooked sometimes, but Kawhi can put up some very good numbers from the three-point line.
Here's Lowery. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
In the corner, Harrell with it. They get the rebound. Zubac.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
The drive by Siakam. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Mr. Pivu, welcome to our stream. ये शाउट आउट का कोई हमारे पास सिलसिला नहीं है भाई, लेकिन ये माइक म्यूजिक बंद करके गेम का एक दफा आपका नाम मैंने ले दिया, शायद इसी को शाउट आउट करना चाह रहे हो आप, राइट? सो वेलकम टू आवर स्ट्रीम. वेबसाइट पे जाओ, रिवॉर्ड्स लेना चाहते हो तो वेबसाइट पे जाओ, यहाँ पे टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करो, यहाँ से सिर्फ देखो गेम कौन सा चल रहा है, उसके बाद वेबसाइट पे जाओ, नेक्स्ट गेम जो होने वाला है उसका विनर प्रेडिक्ट करो.
Who played big. But very effective with those kind of lineups with shorter, very effective offensive players out there. And Lou Williams being a catalyst for what they were doing, coming off the bench and providing a spark. You know, in the fourth quarter, there was always an opportunity for the Clippers, if the game was close, to rely on Lou Williams to get the job done.
And now we got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kyle Lowry.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Here's George after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. And there's the feed to Leonard. That's tipped. Again, Los Angeles.
He's so dangerous, and he's also efficient with his offensive game. Leonard right now having a tremendous offensive game.
Van Vliet looking around. Lowry up top. Kicks it out to Siakam. Fires, high post. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's George. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. George has got 4 this quarter.
Now, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
Now, here's Lowry. Over Beverley. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. 29 points for Kyle Lowry. And that put a hush over the crowd.
Wow, I mean, took these fans out of the game in the blink of an eye.
Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Raptors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyle Lowry.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Now Van Vliet. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyle, congrats on the win. What did you guys want to accomplish and get this win?
Everybody played. We all played together. You know, we stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Thanks again, Kyle. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.